The following is an official lore video of the Dark Diaspora Universe, a journey in world-building project.
We dared not wait. In our desperation to escape the ruined husk of our homeworld, the novel technologies upon which we depended were subject to only rudimentary testing before being deployed. That proved our folly. The first ZPE-powered anti-gravity drive tests proved their practical application, hurling the makeshift test craft between Earth, Jupiter, and back. The test ship proved surprisingly resilient to the stresses of FTL, while the crew seemed no worse for the trip, exhibiting only minor ailments. So, seeking to leverage the sudden burgeoning of hope that filled the artificial air of Bridgehead Station, the URA launched the first wave of the scatterpods. A total of 1,200 pods were dispersed across our galactic quadrant to prospective habitable planets and moons, in the hope of seeding human life across the universe. With bated breath, we waited for the return of the comm beacons to herald the safe arrival of the scatterpods. Yet, hours gave way to days, and soon the scale of the calamity became apparent. None of the pods had survived. It was then that we discovered the Malady. Shortly after the catastrophic failure of the first colonization wave, the crew of the original test ship began to present with medical complications. At first, it was anxiety, mild, then intense. This was followed by hallucinations, psychotic breaks, and eventually, pure, horror-fueled aggression and rage. All attempts at treatment failed, and within 6 months, the entire test ship crew of 72 were dead. For the human mind was never meant to travel faster than light, with consciousness proving entirely incompatible with the universe outside of space and time. While the crew had only been in FTL for just 90 seconds during their round trip to Jupiter, the passengers in the first wave of scatterpods were outside of real space for hours, even days. We now know that those first colonists ripped each other apart with their bare hands the moment they returned to real space. The pods now filled with mangled corpses and viscous pools of blood and ichor. We attempted to learn from our mistakes, with subsequent waves afforded to a modicum of protection from the malady through a cocktail of drugs referred to as the fog, which we continue to use to this day. Yet this has proven only a partial solution, and even now, reports are regularly received by the major powers of cases of the malady, random people violently attacking their fellow passengers and crew. The reports, however, are dismissed by cold politicians and ignored by a numb populace, rationalized as the cruel price humanity must pay to keep Diaspora functioning. But we will forever be reminded of our hubris by those original scatterpods, still out there, drifting in the black void. Almost all now float through space as lifeless tombs, silent reliquaries of our never-ending torment and regret. Yet, there are tales among privateers, traders, and outposts that claim not all the scatterpods are in fact as lifeless as they may appear, and that to open one is to beckon forth death itself. Hey!